With a steely stare, one machine sits atop the heap. Matt Dishman needs one legal run to mathematically clinch the 2019 Thunder Drags Championship. But with a full field to beat, the celebration may be short-lived. Welcome to day number 2 of the granddaddy of them all, the Indianapolis Fall Jamboree. Matt Dishman, you go into the second day of action pretty much clinched the season championship, though it's unofficial. It's got to mean a lot to you. You said 7 of 7 final round appearances, 5 of 7 final round wins on a not perfect track. I noticed it was real slippery out there yesterday.
Yeah, in the middle, once you go from the dirt to the pavement, it's like skating on ice. So you really got to wrestle it back. You got to check up sometimes, but you know, in the back of your mind, you know the other guy's right there, so you want to keep hammer down, but you just want to make sure you hit that final jump straight.
It's got to mean a lot to you coming into this last event for you, at least for a while. This last event's the Indianapolis Jamboree. It's a lot of history here. It's one you guys have won before. You've had a massive tumble down the end of that track once or twice, and it's got to mean a lot to you to kind of end off the full-time part of your career here.
Oh, absolutely. Indy is one of the, it's the iconic city for just about every type of motorsports racing there is. But being able to come here and finish out the season, and kind of go into retirement mode with the team and stuff, it's fantastic, especially being able to finish out on top.
What are you going to be doing now after Monster Trucks?
Farming. I was able to get on board with a local company right close to where I'm from, 7 miles, Hubner Industries. It's a big seed production company, so been there for about a week or so, and everybody there is fantastic. Can't complain. It's kind of like going from one family to another family.
All right, well, good luck this afternoon racing, and good luck tonight with the extra freestyle. I know you guys love that.
Oh, absolutely. See what we can do tonight. Hopefully we can keep putting the win notches on the board.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
We're going to move around quickly here. We got a lot of action to get to today. Taking a look at the points. Coming into round number 8, you can see Raminator pretty well wrapped up the championship here at the 2019 General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drags. Of course, Overkill Evolution and Lucas Oil Bigfoot tied right now for second and third. We know Mikey would love to extend that points lead back out, but Mike Miller has been giving these guys a run for their money. Bigfoot may be able to settle into a second place before the weekend is up. We will see when we come back for round number 9.
This Back Channel Productions program is presented in part by Monsters Monthly. For up-to-date show and ticket info, plus articles, event breakdowns, and a wide selection of photo and video galleries, visit monstersmonthly.com. This edition of Monster Power is brought to you in part by Crush This. For an inside look at the world of monster trucks, check out Crush This, available on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.
Back at the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis, Indiana, with the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drags round 9 of the 2019 season about to get underway. A full field this time around. Yesterday in action, we lost both trucks from the Botters camp going into round number 1. Lucas Oil Bigfoot takes on the Safety Clean Black Stallion. And Raminator up against Bad News Travels Fast, a repeat of his matchup from round 1 yesterday. And then Overkill Evolution against the General Tire Ram. There you see Mike Vodder Sr. in the Safety Clean Black Stallion Ford. He takes on another Ford, the top Ford, for many, many years on this series. Bigfoot, this is Bigfoot 15 being driven by Mike Miller. Little edge to foot, but Vodder comes around him at the end. very, very close. Who won that? And that would have to be considered an upset. 6 seconds flat and a 100th of a second margin of victory. Mike Voders taking a win and moving on to the semifinal round. You can see they took off virtually in tandem. A very, very good start for both of those trucks. Voders got down and started digging just a little bit more than Bigfoot, who was bouncing around a bit on that left side. Right there, you see how close they were at the finish line. Mike Voders, Sr., taking a first round victory with him back to the pit area. He'll get ready for the semifinal round. He will match up. It's the winner of this pairing right here. There you see the 2019 champ unofficially. This run right here, as soon as he gets the truck staged, will seal that championship mathematically. Doesn't have to win, but that's not Matt Dishman's style. He takes on a very, very powerful entry in the field. Brandon Darrow and the Sign Pro sponsored Bad News travels fast out of Elkton, Virginia. The Loon Chevrolet in this field. It's staged up, ready for the second pairing of round number 1 here on Saturday afternoon. That big Hemi horsepower took over about half track. It was a good start for both of those guys, and Darrow was giving him a run. We know that Bad News can knock the Raminator off, but it will not happen on this day in Indianapolis. And it looks like as of right now, Mike Miller is sitting on the bump spot as the fast loser. We will see what happens with our next pairing. There you see it, 598, so Mike Voders not far off of that run of Matt Dishman. Only 0.02 of a second difference between those two, and they will be matching up in the semifinal round. Our next and final pairing of the first round, Overkill Evolution. Mikey Voders, who got knocked out in round number 2 yesterday. He didn't even make round 1. Had starter issues or ignition problems with that truck. Was unable to make the call for round number 1, but because he had a little bit higher points total than his father, when the General Tire machine DQ'd in round number 1, Mikey was able to get back into the field through a technicality. He was not able to parlay it into a final round berth, but he matches up with Kurt Kramer here on Saturday. That was all Mikey Voders. Kurt Kramer DQs for the second day in a row in round number 1, 6.02 second elapsed time. Not a bad run. The slowest of the 3 winners in the first round of action, and still he's right on par with your other 2 round 1 winners. When we come back, we head into the semifinal round. Stay with us. Indianapolis is home to the U.S. Nationals, the Indy 500, and the granddaddy of them all, the Indianapolis Jamboree, the Fall Jamboree. 38th annual Indianapolis Fall Jamboree. And you see our semifinal round pairings. Black Stallion, the upset winner. Round number 1 takes on Raminator, and then the truck Black Stallion beat Lucas Oil Bigfoot takes on Overkill Evolution in the second pairing of our semifinal round. This should be a good couple of runs coming up here in the semis. Mike Voders already on the line. No staging battle here. He came out and went right to the starting line. Matt Dishman rolls right in. We get ready for our first pairing of the semis. Voders Vaders with a little stumble there in no man's land, and it cost him. I don't know if that was mechanical or if he was starting to drift off to the right. It's a little hard to tell from this angle, but he definitely either had a problem or backed out of it. He slowed down quite a bit in no man's land. Other than that, he was giving Matt Dishman a run. 598, back-to-back 598s for Dishman. So a very, very consistent run for the Ram here today, and he will make it to his 8th straight final round appearance. We'll see if he can parlay it into another victory. You can see Mike Vaders was right there with him until this point. You'll see the front of the truck start to come down a bit. Vaders seemingly losing power in between the two jumps, but it didn't matter at that point. Matt Dishman moves on to the final round to take on the winner of this matchup. A pair of Fords come to the line. Mike Miller over in the left lane. You see him right there, the Firestone, the Lucas Oil sponsored Bigfoot 15 out of Pacific, Missouri. Mike out of the state of Pennsylvania lines up against another Ford out of the state of Maryland, owned by the man out of Texas, driven by the man out of Canada. Mikey Vaders, Overkill Evolution. It was his father who took on Miller in round number 1. What can Mikey do against Mike? Overkill was perfect in that run. Mike Miller laid down a good one. This should be a very, very fast ET for Mikey Vaders. 593 and a 1/10 of a second victory. And you saw how far apart they were. That's how fast they're going. And that amount of space in between two trucks equates to 1/10 of a second. There you see how they stack up going into the final round. Of course, Raminator with those back-to-back 598s, and then Overkill Evolution went from a 602 clocking to a 593. This is going to be a very, very fast championship race between the Ram and the Ford Super Duty out of Maryland. The V2 Vids, Overkill Evolution, rolling up onto the tabletop. Matt Dishman waiting to be brought in to stage. Mikey Vaders being pulled up now. We will see which of these two trucks can make it count here in the championship race. We know Mikey would love to upset this championship celebration for Matt Dishman. Here we go, the championship race in Indy. What a run for both of those trucks. He needed it one day earlier. Don't want to call it too little too late, though. It was a great ride. Mikey Vaders very happy with the run. Look at the time of 591 and a 1/10 and change margin of victory. Mikey Vaders, like I said, could have used that run yesterday and kept himself in the points chase, but lays down some good runs here today. He knows the truck is working well. In fact, it's looking better than it has all season long. Overkill on a mission here this weekend in Indianapolis. There you see 1160 to 880. That is the points lead that Matt Dishman takes out of day number 2 here in Indy, even losing to Mikey Vaders in the final round race. The Lucas Oil Bigfoot, 80 points down. Now, he could make up that ground tomorrow and put himself back in second place, but we'll see. Mikey Vaders going to hang on in there. Right now, it's a battle for second as Raminator has already clinched the championship. Then you see General Tire hanging in there in 4th. Bad News Travels Fast and the Safety Clean Black Stallion. And you see the light pole being dismantled. That is because it's time for Monster Truck Freestyle when we come back to Indianapolis. Stay with us. Welcome back to the City of Speed, Indianapolis, Indiana, as Kurt Kramer in the big, heavy-powered General Tire Ram. Champaign, Illinois gets set to open up the freestyle competition. Kurt trying to pick up the pace here in 2019. at least by the end of the season, he would like to lay down a better freestyle. He has had nothing but struggles since Lima. Laid down an awesome couple of runs on the final 2 freestyles in Lima, but since then it's just been a struggle for him, dealing with broken axles. Among other things, some engine problems here or there. Gremlins jumping up and biting this guy, but we know he's capable of laying down some awesome donuts and some amazing slap wheelies. Actually wheelied the truck so hard in Lima, he put it on its lid during one of the best trick competitions. And here, I'd like to show that he's capable of driving with the best of them. Kurt Kramer. Dusty, windy afternoon here in Indy. Nice sky wheeler right there as he crosses up the racing lanes. Another nice hit comes right down. See if he can cut out a donut here. He's been doing these nicely all season long, but really not getting quite what he wanted out of it. Swings it back the other way, ripping up some sod over there on the far side. Kurt Kramer in the General Tire Ram trying to keep the pace up here. Probably not going to be the winning run, but he would like to get this crowd on its feet. He has one best trick win this year with that roll over. There we go. A little bit of a slap wheelie out of it. We know he's capable of it. Truck wobbling around a little bit, as these Hall Brother entries are more set up for racing than they are freestyle, but they'll do a good job out here on the track. We know they can catch some air. They're very strong, very well-built machines, but Kurt Kramer not totally wanting to test the limits of that thing just yet. He's got 2 more freestyle competitions to make it through, as well as 1 more racing event tomorrow afternoon that will close out our 2019 season. Kurt doing a nice job, though, opening things up, kicking the dust up. A little smoke show for the fans here. Looks like he's going to wrap it up. He will indeed. Not a bad run for Kurt, but again, I don't think it's going to be able to hang in there as the #1 run. You can see the full field of trucks he's got to run behind him. Mike Fodders, a safety clean black stallion, coming right out. Getting ready to lay down his freestyle run, and a big hit right there to start things off. But a good opening couple moves there for Mike. You see, he's also struggled here this weekend with some mechanical problems, and something doesn't sound quite right in that truck. The engine sounds a little bit rough as Mike works his way around the track. He may be having a mechanical problem right now. I'm not sure. Something doesn't seem quite right, though. And I believe he may be headed right back to the pits. Mike Fodders, senior out of Hagerstown, Maryland, the safety clean black stallion. A tough break for him right there. He came out so strong, but something went away on the big Ford out of Maryland now. The lone Chevy out of the state of Virginia. One of the best in the Old Dominion. Brandon Darrow, and Bad News Travels Fast, the signed pro-sponsored Chevy Silverado out of Elkton, Virginia. Brandon, we say it every time we see him, he's notorious for some awesome slap wheelies. Had those buffed Goodyears in the front, and those big digging Firestones on the back. Not going to get a slap wheelie out of that, but that was some nice hang time right there for the big Chevy. Nice sky wheelie right there. You can see going sideways over the racing lane seems to be the ticket right now because there's not a whole lot of big stuff out here for them to pick on, and you don't want to get too far out into the end zone because there is nothing out there. But there is this popper ramp on this side. You got a couple options here. You can come out and pick on it. It looks like he's going to go for a slap wheelie off of the backside of it. It's a little slap wheelie out of it. I know he'd have liked more than that, but it's not a bad move. Trying to one-up Kurt Kramer, who also had trouble getting that slap wheelie going. Again, it's very, very slick out here with this dust. We've been talking about that all weekend long on this blacktop. Though it's a fairly consistent surface, you start throwing gravel and dust on top of it. These guys will tell you it's like driving on ice. Smoking up those Firestones as he spins the truck around here on the tarmac. What does Brandon Darrow have left? Brandon laying down a good run. Will be interesting to see if it holds up because you got to look at the second half of the field that's yet to come. The other three trucks, you've got Raminator, the big horsepower of the Ram Trucks division. Bigfoot 15, notorious for laying down some awesome slap wheels. If Brandon gives him something to go after. There he goes, dragging the wheelie bar across the pavement. Actually doubles it up right there. Nice job for Brandon Darrow. That's what he was looking for. As he dirt tracks out onto the front stretch, he will wrap this run up. A nice job for the big Chevy and the driver out of Elkton, Virginia. We're going to take a quick break and be right back as Mike Miller gets ready to take to the track in Bigfoot.
At the beginning,
back in Indianapolis, Indiana at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. The Lucas Oil 4-Wheel Jamboree Series continues with the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drags. Mike Miller, Bigfoot 15, the Lucas Oil Bigfoot, a truck designed specifically for this series back in the 90s. 1994 to be exact. It debuted for the 95 season. And this truck is notorious for dragging the back bumper. It looks like he was trying to do it right there. It started to pull off to the left. See what Mike has. He's laid down some awesome runs this year. One, in fact, last night, a great freestyle out of that truck, and he's not afraid to get some hang time. It's amazing that a truck that debuted in the late winter of 1994 is able to still come out here and compete with the best of the new breed of monster trucks. Young driver at the wheel, quicker reflexes, get the truck around the track. Nice pair of sky wheels, kind of doubling that up, and a little slap wheelie to close off that pair of moves. He comes up here by the stage, whipping up the dust and the gravel. Let's see what Mike Miller has left in Bigfoot 15. Just getting warmed up. Well, it's gone quiet over there. And Mike has a mechanical problem. We're going to go right to a replay as that will be the end of the run. We'll take a look at this slap wheelie attempt he made. It was a good one. I have to wonder if he did some transmission damage or something because he started revving the truck up like he was coming toward that popper ramp and then he never got to it. And there you see Lee Collins driving Mike Miller to the stage. Hopefully this is something they can rectify before tonight's freestyle competition because Mike was getting ready to throw down. We know that was about to be an awesome freestyle. Nothing against him. It was a strong showing, but I don't think there's any way he can win this competition shutting that truck down early now. Matt Dishman opening things up just like he did last night, whipping it into these walking donuts as he slides across the tarmac here in Indianapolis, Indiana. The 2019 General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drags Racing Champion. Nice job right there, straight up and down. Matt Dishman getting that hang time. The door is wide open for him right now. Everybody struggled a bit so far. In the first 4 trucks that ran, nobody was able to quite get what they wanted out of the track. In fact, we've had 2 trucks go down early, so it's really going to come down to Matt Dishman and probably Mikey Vodders. Fingers crossed nothing goes wrong with either one of these guys. Feeling out those racing lanes a little bit. Having to play with this tough truck course a little bit. You see all the Yodoc barriers out there to act as boundary markers for the Tough Trucks Challenge. Makes it a little bit tight up here on the starting line end of the monster truck track. Showing off that big Hemi horsepower. Nice hang time right there. These guys have been getting some really nice jumps off the side of those racing lanes, and they're just riding it right down the backside. Looks like Dishman's going to wrap it up short and sweet. Good run for Matt Dishman. I believe that will take over the lead. Kept the momentum up, and a beautiful slap wheelie there. Wasn't able to carry it as far as I think he wanted to. It started to come off to the left. You take a look at it right here, but watch. Big hang time. And then just a perfect execution as he bounces it into a slap wheelie. And I think he felt the truck drifting over here toward the pole. Did not want to get into this concrete barrier and this electrical setup over here on the front side as Mikey Vodders rolls out for the final freestyle of the afternoon. Looks like he's going to open up with a popper. Seems to be his signature. Look at the control that Mikey Vodders shows right there. Does him a little bit different each time. He was able to do a crab stand last night where he'll actually start turning the front and rear tires and can turn the truck on the nose. It's incredible. Never seen it live. You got to get out and see one of these jamborees as Mikey Vodders just rolled over the transponder equipment for the Tough Trucks Challenge. They were worried about him doing that yesterday, and he just crunched it. And then a huge hit over the racing lane, bouncing off the second, the right lane ramp. And now in a cloud of dust, comes back the other way. Look at that. Into a slap wheelie. I don't even know if the crowd can see him right now as he put up that big smoke screen when he came around the corner. And another huge launch off the racing lane, down onto the right-hand lane, spins it around, and that will be it. Again, short and sweet, but that's all he needed. We're waiting to see. There it is, Mikey Vodders with another freestyle victory. He's pretty well wrapped up that championship himself. He will be freestyle champion 2018 and 2019. They're the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drag Series. We thank you for joining us for our coverage of the 4-Wheel Jamboree Nationals from Indianapolis. We'll see you next time here on Monster Power.